श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Let us read from verse 12. पंच प्राण मनो बुद्धि दशेन्द्रिय समन्वितम् अपंचीकृत भूतोत्थम सूक्ष्मांगम भोग साधनम अनाद्य विद्या निर्वाच्या कारणोपाधिरुच्यते उपाधि तृतीयात् अन्यम् आत्मानमवधारयेत् पंचकोशादियोगेन तत्तन्मय इव स्थितः शुद्धात्मा नीलवस्त्रादि योगेन स्फटिको यथा। Shuddhatma, the pure self that we are, Panchakoshadi Yogena, in association with the Panchakoshas, Tat Tanmaya Eva Sthitaha, as if it has become that, Tanmaya, thatness, as if, Eva is the word, Tat Tanmaya Eva. Eva means it has not become, but it appears as if. Example is given, when a transparent glass with waters is kept on a blue cloth, so it appears as if the glass is blue and the water is also blue. But it is not. Meaning what? The association with a conditioning appears as if it is real, but it is not real. Exactly the same way, our association with the Panchakoshas is not real. We are not attached to a gross body. We are not attached to prana, nothing. If we were really attached to gross body, we will never disidentify ourselves. But all of us have left the childhood body. If we are attached, we will not. Like now these days we are attached to phone. We don't give it anywhere. But gross body, childhood body we left, teenage body we left. See? Similarly, waking state we live. If we are really attached to the things, we will never go to sleep. What is sleep? Detaching ourselves from whatever we are associated with. Therefore, this principle which I told you in the last talk, attachment is an illusion. There is no attachment. Let us not have that wrong notion that I cannot live without you, without her. Nothing happens. You must have seen in the old couples, the smart one goes earlier. The dumb remains behind. And then, when the one who is living behind, that time you watch when the death happens. The dialogues are very standard. That fellow died is not the criteria. Mera kya hoga? And I cannot live without you. I cannot live. Why you left me? I will die and all that. So others who are listening, they are happy. Chalo, ye bhi ja rahi. But they don't go. But that day you said that you cannot survive without him. Ab 6 mahine ho gaye. See friends, look at the life with this wisdom. You can never be miserable. We are not attached to anything or anybody. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. Then only you are really leading spiritual life. Otherwise we create many walls around us and get us cocooned in that. Therefore, Shuddhatma Nila Vastradi Yogena Spatiko Yatha. So, like the Spatika or a transparent crystal appears to have gathered the color and the shape of that particular background, in the same manner, it appears as if we have become man or woman, young or old, intelligent or dumb, rich or poor. It has no value. So should we give up everything? Don't give up everybody. Why? Who has caught hold of you? Who tells you that don't leave me? Property says. Money says. Nobody says. See? No, but my beloved, she says, she's bluffing you. Don't get carried away by all these things. With this understanding, lead a cheerful and happy life. Now, how do we do this? This is said in the 15th verse. Vapustushadibhi yogaihi yuktam yuktavaghatataha atmanamantaram shuddham vivichyatandulam yatha. In this text, Bhagavan Shankaracharya has given so many similes, many examples. One should click at least. Vapustushadibhi yuktaihi koshaihi yukti avaghatataha. See, it is said that the paddy, when it is harvested, then it is pounded in the mortar and pestle. And it is pounded in such a manner, only the husk comes out and the seed or the rice that we eat remains as it is. Exactly the same way. Let everything remain as it is. We don't have to discard anything. We don't have to go to forest. Why? To do sadhana. See? In the yoga, the height of foolishness in yoga, I can tell you. I was in California and one yoga teacher, she came, and after my talk was over, she gave her card. I read it and kept it in the pocket. Why to throw in front of her? Afterwards I had to throw it. So, and what was written on that? Yoga under tree. So I read it. I said, very good. Do you also do yoga? I said, yes. With your card? I said, I don't have card. But then how do I know what yoga do? I said, I do yoga on the tree. Yoga. Vapustushadibhi koshaihi yuktam. So we have to remove these panchakoshas. And why only understanding? What is created as a result of misunderstanding or wrong thinking cannot be corrected by not thinking. What Patanjali says, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Problem is not the thoughts. Problem is wrong thinking. Thoughts are not problem. Do you go to the eye doctor and say, Dr. Saab, when my eyes are open, I can see everything? We are supposed to see with the eyes. In the same manner, if there are thoughts in the mind, why we should be worried? Then problem is not thoughts. Problem is wrong thinking. Wrong thinking can be corrected by right understanding. Not right thinking, right understanding. Thinking leading to understanding is the process of Vedanta. So, vapustushadibhi koshaihi yuktam. So, our self is encased, enveloped by the panchakoshas. So, by one kosha we have to drop. So, we will take in short panchakoshas, how we drop. In one of the texts, Sadachara, this thought comes very, very exhaustively. Natvam deho nendriyani na prano na manonadhi vikaritvad vinashitvad drushtatvad cha ghato yatha. A ghata, a pot, it has got three qualities. Drishyatvad, it is an object of knowledge. Vikaritvad, it is subject to modification. Vinashitvad, it is subject to destruction. So these three qualities associated with the pot, therefore we are not the pot. Now apply the same thing to the body. Drishyatvat, body is an object of our knowledge. Vikaritvat, constantly modifying and changing. And Vinashitvat, continuously dying. So either you be a pot or don't be the body. Think. So the same principle applied everywhere. Natan deho indriyani, same thing with the sense organs. They are also object of knowledge. They are also subject to modification. They are subject to destruction. And in this manner, these three principles, if we apply, what will happen? If something is happening to our body, yes, it happens. Wherever there is a prakriti, vikruti is bound to be. What can you do to stop your age growing? Go to beauty parlor. See, above the neck, sweet 16. Below the neck, see, like on a hanger, something is hanging. See, friends, so important it is. Therefore, slowly get rid of these panchakoshas. Now, how to get rid of? First of all, only with the body identification the gross world becomes real. So, let us not give too much importance to two things. One is all the possessions that we have. See? And second thing, all the relations that we create. Possessions and relations are the burdens that we carry on our head throughout life. And when you carry burdens, you cannot be happy. This is the first. Then second is subtle body. Subtle body is an instrument of knowledge. So if that instrument of knowledge is under our control, then we will not be influenced by that. Therefore, the second spiritual practice is, let us decide whether we should follow what we like and what we dislike, or we should follow what is right and what is not right. Shreya and Preya Marga. Normally, we are all the victims of our own likes and dislikes. What I like, that I will do. But it is wrong. So what? I will do that. See? Therefore, subtle body, three koshas are conquered. And the third is the causal body, Ajnanam. What is Ajnanam? I am body, you cannot stop. Like we cannot stop the reflection in the mirror. You cannot stop. It will happen. Only difference is, do you take that body identification as real? If you are able to understand this principle, like we don't take the reflection in the mirror as real, therefore what is our attitude toward the mirror, the reflection? We see that, we enjoy it, but we don't want to hold on to that reflection. Hey, don't take the mirror away. Why? I like my reflection. Or if the mirror is taken away, then we start crying, Bichara, mar gaya. No. Exactly the same way. Enjoy the body, enjoy through the body, but don't get limited by the limitations of the body. Otherwise, the same thing, when we were children, we used to do this way. We used to climb the trees and we used to play gilli danda. These days, today, the children are so useless. So one old Dadima, why I am telling old Dadima, these days there are young Dadimas also. So one old Dadima, she saw the child was playing the digital game and she became angry. They have nothing else to do. So rule over the small kids. All the time sitting in a home. Go and play outside. He looked at her. Okay. He went with that thing, sat outside. See, friends, all the time getting involved too much in life. Don't get involved unnecessarily. No need. one place in somewhere in Mumbai probably, the daughter-in-law complained to me, Swamiji, I know हमारे बाबूजी, that means her father-in-law, he is extremely close to me. So he says, Swamiji, we have failed. I want one favor for me. People use us. You please tell him, he is spoiling my son. You know how? When I tell him not to take chocolates, so he looks at his grandfather, and grandfather winks at him. And then evening they go for a walk, and he gets as many chocolates as he wants. He is spoiling my son. You spoil his son. See? But why they are doing like this? I said, do you know? This is a revenge. It is not love. When your son was young, he was torturing your father. Now what to do? Your own teeth are biting your own tongue. To whom you will complain? So you have suffered. So that father who was suffering because of your husband wants to take the revenge. And therefore he is spoiling the grandson. And you will see all the grandfathers and mothers, they say, Beta tum jab chote the aise hi karte the. And they feel fulfillment in that. Badla le liya. Don't get involved in any relations, in any possessions. Relax. Then we have understood how do we go beyond the causal body. Cause is this only. We take relations and possessions as real. They are not. In this manner, vapusdushadibihi koshaihi yuktam yuktya avaghatataha atmanam antaram shuddham vivichat tandulam yatha. So like the husk is separated and the rice is taken out, in the same manner, atmanam antaram shuddham. The self is absolutely immaculate, untouched by any of the panchakoshas. Work on this. Continuing further. Sada sarvagatopyatma na sarvatravabhasate buddha vevavabhaseta swacheshu pratibimbavata. Although the Paramatma, the self, the reality is everywhere and in every time. This is a compromising statement I am making. Paramatma is not everywhere. Everywhere is in Paramatma. See? What is the space? Space is an illusion created by the mind. So when we say Paramatma is everywhere, that means we are giving the space as a reality status, and in that Paramatma is here and there. No, that is not the meaning. So here it is Sada Sarvagato Api Atma. Although he is everywhere, in everything and being, at every time. Meaning what? The time, space and object, they are in the truth. However, na sarvatra avabhasate, but we are not able to comprehend that. Then what is to be done? Buddho eva avabhaseta. But it can be comprehended only in the process of inquiry, buddhi, the intellect. See? The intellect doesn't mean intellectuals. There are two types of people, those who are intelligent, those who are intellectuals. Intelligent people are never miserable. Intellectuals are intelligently miserable. If you are in our place, Swamiji, you will be also miserable. Therefore, I am not there. Don't justify your being miserable in life. This is the most important thing. You will see all the miserable people justify. Whenever you justify anything, you don't want to get rid of it. Like anger. When we justify anger, then we don't want to get rid of the anger. See, this is so important. So here, buddho eva avabhaseta. This can be only understood and experienced in your intellect. Not by the body, not by the sense organs, not by the prana, not by the mind, but an instrument of inquiry and recognition. Example is given, Swacheshu Pratibimbavat. Swacheshu Buddho, in the pure intellect, like Pratibimbavat. If we are standing in front of the wall, no reflection, no Pratibimba. But in front of the mirror, there is a Pratibimba. So the difficulty is because of the instrument. Exactly the same way. If we have to recognize our divine nature, it can be recognized only in the intellect, be attentive, where Paramatma is reflected as bliss. If you take a mirror, suppose this is a mirror, and if you keep it like this, so in addition to all who are reflected, the space is also reflected. But can we see the reflection of the space in the mirror? But without that reflection of the space, can the contents of the people be there also? In the same manner, to understand, experience the divine presence that we are, it has to be at the level of this purified Shuddha Buddhi, Shuddho. See, and what is the Shuddha Buddhi? Which is not contaminated by wrong notions. The real spiritual practice is we have to get rid of all the wrong notions that we are carrying in life. 4 wrong notions we are victims of. One wrong notion is about ourselves. Second wrong notion is about the world. Third wrong notion is about God. And fourth wrong notion is about spiritual practice. These wrong notions have to be corrected by proper understanding. See? And this proper understanding can happen only in the Shuddha, in the pure intellect. And it can be done only by inquiry, not by anything. Na karmana, na prajaya, dhanena, tyage naike amritatva manasho. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. Give up everything. But remember, this is not a simple statement of Bhagavan Krishna. It's a very complicated statement. When Bhagavan says, Sarva dharman parityajya, give up everything. Question is, what belongs to you? That you can give up everything. But those who are tabla peti brand, they will be crying, Bhagwan ko sab arpan kar do. No, come to know what belongs to you in this world. You can give up something, it belongs to you. See, one of my friend came and he said, Swamiji, I am so fed up of my wife. I said, why don't you divorce and forget about her? No, I can't divorce, because I am surviving because of her. She is earning, I am only eating. So what should I do? I said, okay, if you cannot divorce, I can understand your difficulty. I will divorce her on your behalf. Is it possible? I can divorce somebody if she is my wife. In the same manner, what you want to give up in this world? Gross booty. Does it belong to you? Have we created the body? Is the body listening to us any time? See, those who are Agarbatti brand, they want to become fat. They consume live buffalo and yet they continue to be Agarbatti. And the other ones, they are round figures. Even if they look at the Amul chocolate, they put on 5 kilo. Kya ho gaya? That body which doesn't listen to us, that body which is not created by us, that body I am. And whole life is lived with this wrong notion. Sarva dharman parityajya. This is the meaning. Then Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. See, Mamekam is not Bhagavan Krishna. See, in this academic study of scriptures, when it happens, what happens, I'll tell you one example. I told it some talk. One person came to probably New Jersey, and I was invited there for food. So when I go for food, I go prepared. And so many people, about 15-20 of them. Swamiji, please tell us something on Gita. I said, yeah, you have called me for food. Only one thing at a time, either eat or speak. So I come for eating. No, we have got one guest from India, and he has been teaching us Gita for last 6 months. And then let me listen to him. No, we have been hearing him every day. You come once in a while, please you tell something. Now that old man says, Swamiji, please talk on 2nd chapter of Gita. When is a guest imported from India? So I said, all right. And 2nd chapter, half an hour, 1 hour over. Question answer. I said, okay, I will ask you question. No. We will ask question, please answer. I said, I don't believe in question. No, only at least one question. I said, all right. How many verses are attributed to Dhritarashtra, Sanjay, Arjun and Bhagwan Sri Krishna? So I was in USA. Guru. I don't know. No, Swamiji, you know. I said, okay. Dhritarashtra only one verse. And Bhagwan Krishna 0 verses. Bhagwan Krishna did not talk one single letter, word in whole Bhagavad Gita. When I said like this, he virtually jumped out of his skin. What? I said, yes. How can you say like that? I said, which Gita you follow, show me. So Gita Press. I said, show where it is written. Bhagwan Krishna Uvacha, show me. Bhagwan Uvacha. And the Gita speaker, he himself says, Ajopi san navvyatma bhutanam ishwaropi san. I am unborn. Bhagwan Krishna was born. See? Bhagwan Uvacha. Bhagwan could be any. Ram is Bhagwan. Shivji is Bhagwan. There was an actor in Hindi movies in Bhagwan. Bhagwan Uvacha. See, friends, whenever you get into scriptural study academically, this is what happens. Whenever you get on the scriptural studies professionally, this is what happens. It must be Atma Bodha. It must be our experience. And that experience can happen only if we have understood these basic principles. And therefore, here the teacher is telling that Atmanam Antaram Shuddham Vivichat Tandulam Yatha. So, when we are thus able to drop the Panchakoshas with proper understanding, meaning our wrong notions will start getting rid of. So our present wrong notion about ourselves is, I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old, I am rich and poor. We all are having a notional existence. About this also I had told you one thing. One girl somewhere in New Zealand, I didn't want to go down to the sea. I said, Swami, it's very beautiful. No, Swami, you see, it looks so beautiful. Please come down. I said, I am not going to come. You go with your father. I will take a picture from here. You go. But it looks so beautiful. I said, do you know the principle? What looks beautiful is never beautiful. What do you mean? I said, for example, you look beautiful. Next 3 days she did not talk to me. All girls have this wrong notion that they are beautiful. Are Dumbo. Every one of us has got this notion about ourselves. As we have notion about ourselves, an image, others also have got an image about us. When these two images, there is a parallax, then the samsara begins. See? Sarva dharman parityajya. So this wrong notion has to be given up. And we are all leading this wrong notional life. See, I am so good, I don't disturb anybody, but you know what? Everybody disturbs me. There is one friend of mine, very sincere. And he has been helping people, not for a day or two, but last 30-35 years. He has got his temple at home and does puja and gives satsanga, bhajan kirtan, takes the people on various pilgrimages. That is the only business that he has. Although he has been doing all these things, now his son got married to a person from other community, and that girl is elder than him. And now after marriage, there is no child born. And then he constantly goes, Swamiji, you know me, I am like this, why this is not happening, why my... I said, do you know the principle? You are a very strong ego, therefore you are crying. No, I don't have ahankar at all. Notion. Remember this principle. Whenever you are miserable, the hood of your ego has come up. In deep sleep, we are not miserable because there is no ego. In waking experience, 100% ego. In dream, 50% ego. In deep sleep, 0% ego. Therefore, those who sleep in satsang, they have achieved. Another such struggling, it's a Brahman. See, my friends. So, Atmanam antaram shuddham vivichat tandulam yatha. So, wrong notion about ourselves. So, what should be the right notion? Living as somebody and taking that somebody as real is wrong notion. Living as somebody and playing the role that we have to play, then it is the right understanding. We don't have to change anything. Change only attitude towards life. So this wrong notion has to be changed, number one. Now the second one. Wrong notion about the world. World is not at all bad. World is beautiful. See? In 4th chapter of Panchadashi, there are two creations told. Ishvara Srishti and Jiva Srishti. Ishvara Srishti is Ikshanadau Praveshanta Srishti Ishena Kalpita, and Jiva Srishti is Jagradadi Vimokshanta Srishti Jivena Kalpita. Human beings, plants, trees, animals, they are in the creation of God. See? One man went to God and he said, "Oh God, yes. See, the girls are so nice and so wonderful. Why the wives are so horrible?" God uvacha. God said, "My dear, girls I have created, wife you have created." See? So which Srishti is miserable? God's Srishti, God's creation has no miseries. Our Srishti has nothing but miseries. So when we talk about the world, which world we are talking about? The world is too much. Which world is too much? Eyes can see, is it too much? Ears can hear, is it too much? The rivers are flowing, is it too much? See, friends, this notion, whenever we blame anybody for our miseries, we have created our own world and you suffer. Just see in your day-to-day life, the same woman, as a mother, she is wonderful. The same woman, as a mother-in-law for the son-in-law, is better than the mother. All the son-in-laws have got this notion that my mother-in-law really respects and loves me really more than my mother. It is a pity on you, man. It is not love, etc. Because they know what stuff is given. And therefore, some kind of, 1 kilo दूर ले लो, थोड़ा ऊपर से ले लो. So the woman as a mother-in-law of the son-in-law is better than the mother. Now the same Mahamaya, when she is a mother-in-law of the daughter-in-law, Kali, Karali, cha Bhayanaka cha, out of that one God's creation, how many terrible creations have come. So this notion that we are carrying as a burden on our head, that I am very good, people don't understand me. I know only what is right, others don't understand. See, so important it is. Then the third notion is about God. About this I will tell you one simple technique, how to practice this God. In one school, small children, maybe class 1 or 2, boys and girls together. And they were playing, shouting at each other, beating somebody, somebody's hair is opened, somebody's shoes is removed. And they were fighting and all that. And one student said, "Hey, Miss is coming." Everybody quiet. Whether she has come or not doesn't matter. But everybody is quiet. Now if this example is clear, remember this, that Paramatma is in our heart. Before we do anything, He knows our actions. Before we talk, He hears. Before we think, He knows. Remain aware of His presence. Then wrong actions will not come out of us. Wrong words will not slip from our mouth. Wrong thoughts will never gather in our head. Be aware of Him. When the teacher was not there, what a chaos in the classroom. The teacher has not come. Only somebody said, the teacher is coming. Enough. Because of two reasons. One, respect. Second, fear. This is called God realization. This experience is not created. It is out of proper understanding. You have not done japa. You have not done charity. You have not done yoga. You have not gone to take a holy dip. Shuddho buddhya. In the pure intellect only this can happen. And it can happen with proper understanding. So the wrong notion about ourselves, wrong notion about the world, wrong notion about God, and wrong notion about spiritual practice. See, when we are living as a body in this world, day-to-day life, follow Dharma Shastra. Satyam vada dharmam chara swadhyaya anma pramadaha acharya priyam dhanamavritya prajatantum ma vyavachesi. Follow that. When we are practicing upasana, upasana is external performance. Devotion is the result of the upasana. Devotion is not done. Upasana is done. Devotion happens. See? Like food is eaten. The satiation of the hunger happens. Devotion is subjective experience. And upasana is the external paraphernalia. But you will see most of the people engaged in devotion, they are lost only in the external paraphernalia. And if something goes wrong somewhere, they are very much prone to disturbances. Because there is no devotion. It's only adambaram. Therefore, what to do the spiritual practice? When we are living in this world, one simple rule of Bhagavad Gita, Yasmanno dvijate loko lokanno dvijate chayaha. He who is not an issue or problem for others, and he who doesn't take anybody as a problem. See, remember one thing, like we all have got certain allergies to something or the other. Like I am having allergy towards the milk. If I take too much of milk, I get completely upset, my stomach is gone. So I avoid milk. That doesn't mean I have got hatred for the milk. In the same manner, we come across with so many people in this world. Our chemistry cannot match with everybody. So in that case, the best way is keep away. Don't try to overdo anything. See, friends, in this manner, attention should be at peace of our mind. So, we are practicing karma at the body level, upasana at the subtle body level. And then at the causal body level, removal of the ignorance, study of scriptures. And when we study the scriptures, and how do we know whether we are going in the right direction or not? Whether our standpoint in life has changed or not? How do we look at the world? Are we looking at the world the same way before we started our studies? And after studying for so many years, are we having the same standpoint? See, friends, from the absolute standpoint, there are no problems to be sorted out. From the relative standpoint, there are no problems which can be sorted out. Therefore, real spiritual practice is dissolve your individuality and merge in the totality. In other words, give up a special status and remain commoner than the commonest. That's all. Therefore, nothing to do, nowhere to go. You will become cool within yourself. So, Atmanam mantaram shuddham vivichat tandulam yatha. So these four notions are to be corrected. Notion about ourselves, about the world, about God, and about spiritual practice. Then we come to the 16th verse. Sada sarvagatopyatma na sarvatra avabhasate. So this knowledge can take place only in the pure intellect, not at the body level. See, intellect is a faculty that we all have, is only a functional difference. What we call antakaran chatushtay, mana buddhi chitta ahankar. When the thoughts are in a state of chaotic existence, that state of the thoughts is called as mind. When the state of the thought is in a decisive way, whether right or wrong decision, that decisive state of the thoughts is called as intellect. So whose decision and whose confusion? Of course, my decision, my confusion. So the thought in a state of ownership is called as ahankar. And the thought in a state of memory is called as chitta. So like our organs have structural differences and functional differences. Eyes have got two aspects, structure and function. Similarly, the antakaran doesn't have structural and functional differences. It is only functional differences. Like a man. He is a son, he is a husband, and he is a father. There are no structural differences. Functional differences. In front of the father, don't argue, listen and forget. In front of the son, don't listen. In front of the wife, don't talk when she is talking. See, functional differences, not structural. Otherwise, if you go before the wife, become like a donkey. No need. Remain normal. The day you understand this, Antakaran Chatushtay, then these points will become clear. When the mind is undisturbed, not confused, no burden of the desire, relax, then this truth is revealed. So, yada sarvagatopyatma na sarvatra bhasate. And therefore, the truth is abundantly available. But we are unable to catch it. Kathopanishad says, Esha sarveshu bhuteshu gudhotmana prakashate drishyate tu agraya buddhya sukshmaya sukshmadarshivih. Paramatma is abundantly available everywhere, in everything and being, but not comprehended because of lack of the right instrument. See? And what is the lack of the right instrument? Our mind or the intellect is having two extremes. To be extremist is easy. I will not take food. Not difficult. Don't take food 1 month. Who cares? See? Or I keep on eating. That is possible. But to maintain a perfect balance, yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. Maintaining a perfect balance is difficult. Our condition is either our mind is multi-directionally running from here to there, this man, that man, 101 problems at a time. Multi-directional run. Or the other extreme is zero direction. Go to sleep. Extremes are easy. Mind has to be single-pointed. The single-pointed mind means not, making single-pointed, not like that. Single-pointed mind means the mind is available to us whenever we want, for whatever job we want, for whatever length of period we want. The mind is freely, effortlessly available. It is for this purpose our mantra. Wherever I am, whenever I am, whatever I am, I shall be 100%. This is the meaning of that mantra. Now here we are what? I am a speaker. Because I am from UP. I am a speaker. So I am 100%. You are avatar of Bhagavan. Somebody is sitting, Jatka meditation. See? Because we are not fully available. And that is why Drishyate tu agraya buddhya. And this we have to train. So if these simple things you understand, whatever we do, be sincere 100%. And slowly it will develop. Otherwise, there are many, they are extremely good people. There used to be one Amma in one ashram. She will never go for meditation. I ask her, Amma, why don't you go? Swamiji, meditation में मुझे मजा नहीं आता. I like cutting vegetables. क्या करना? You go to the ashram for cutting vegetables. See? Because there is some activity. If you are simply asked to sit quiet, they cannot. The real challenge we all face is when you are facing yourself, not in front of mirror. Be with yourself and see the challenge. The mind is constant. Caw, 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 caw. Inside there is a big poultry farm. And therefore this technique, don't talk to yourself. Listen to silence. If we listen to silence, no sound will disturb us. If the sounds disturb us, then we are not listening to silence. Therefore, buddhau eva abhaseta swacheshu pratibimbavat. When our intellect, the mind is clean, undisturbed, to that the truth is revealed. And this requires more courage and strength than anything external. So, yada sarvagatopyatma na sarvatrava bhasate buddhau eva abhaseta swacheshu pratibimbavat. 17th verse, wake up. Dehendriya mano buddhi prakrutibhyo vilakshanam tadvrutti sakshinam vidyat atmanam rajavatsada. Deha, body, indriya, sense organs, mana, the mind, buddhi, the intellect, prakriti, the anandamaya kosha, vilakshanam. Vilakshanam means opposite lakshanas. Like first, deha, body. What are the attributes of the body? Body is born, body grows, body has got a gender, body has got an age, body has got modifications, body has diseases. Vilakshanam, that which is not born, which doesn't change, which doesn't grow, which doesn't have diseases. Atmanam viddhi, know that to be yourself. Vilakshanam. Similarly, indriya, the sense organs and organs of action, they have got their limited field of operation. So that which is not limited by any conditioning is the truth. Then mana, the mind is the seat of likes and dislikes. The truth is that which is beyond likes and dislikes. Buddhi, there is no sense of doership or enjoyership. Meaning what? Experience without an experiencer. And prakrutibhyo vilakshanaha. And therefore, like the fire is not burnt by the burning power, in the same manner, we are not influenced by all our faculties. You know how we are influenced by our faculties? Suppose I have got some faculty, thank God I don't have, and that faculty is singing. Then, when people are sitting comfortably, and now I got a khujli to sing. So what will I do? Oh, you sing also? Hey. But which way? We sing Manmohan Singh? No. We get unnecessarily involved in this world. This is what is mentioned here, prakrutibhyo vilakshana. We do not have to get influenced by anything in this world. See? So, how tad vritti sakshinam vidyat. All these faculties, all these qualities that we have, sakshinam vidyat, remain untouched, undisturbed, uninfluenced by them. Now here there are 3-4 stages through which we have to go. First, when we are moving in this world, we have to practice what we call technically as drashta bhav. Drashta bhava means what? You are moving normally in this world but not getting involved with anything. How we get involved? We want to collect information from you. Where from you have come, which flight it was, what for you have come, why did you come necessarily? Don't get involved with anybody on any topic. Number one, drashta bhav. Net result, your mind will remain empty. Now our problem is like my other phone, I was doing some experiment and there was no space in that. So although I want to record, it has got a capacity but no space. Our head is full. उसने ये कहा, उसने ये कहा. Empty yourself. For emptying, stop filling in. That is the drashta bhav. If a person is able to drive a car without committing an accident on a football ground, then only he is allowed to go on the main road. But there are Maharbhag, they drive the car on the football ground, search for a tree and togo. So drashta bhav, when we are able to remain in this world without getting unnecessarily involved, drashta bhav, first. Then comes the sakshi bhav, what is mentioned here. Sakshitva is with reference to the thoughts. The thoughts are what? Deha, Indriya, Mana, Buddhi. Body is like that, this is like that. Don't get involved, stand apart. Then the third and the last and the most important is Udasina bhav. Be totally indifferent. Koi vando, koi nindo. Koi kaise kaho re. Ram sange preeta bandhi hota jaise hota re. Relax. Don't get involved. ना काहू से दोस्ती, ना काहू से बैर. शत्रु मित्रे पुत्रे बंधव, माँ कुरु यत्नम विग्रह संधव. Don't create friends and enemies. Live in this world to get out of this world. So, dehendriya manobuddhi prakrutibhyo vilakshanam tadvrutti sakshidam vidyat atmanam rajavat sada. This is what you are, like a monarch, like a king. A king is responsible for making everything move, but he himself doesn't move. Exactly the same way. The body is constantly changing, we are the same. We have neither the experience of birth, growth, modification, old age and death and absence. None of us have got experience of this type. But we carry the burden. This understanding is called Rajavat Sada. Without me, nothing can happen. But to me, nothing happens. How to practice this? Don't tell me you don't know. You know it. As you listen to Vedanta, same way listen to the world. Because I forget the names of the people, I address them respectfully. Mahatma ji, let's go, it's getting late. Swamiji, don't call me Mahatma. Where I am a Mahatma? Okay, Dumbo, come. The moment I said Dumbo, they respect. How do you know that everybody calls me Dumbo? So as we are listening to Vedanta, without any influence of that knowledge, listen to the world without any influence of that. We have learned the whole Vedanta. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.